From the crazy thing that went down at your child's school to the suspicious spot found on your mammogram, these are the types of things that we share on group chats with our close mom friends. Today, the co-hosts of the Mom Group Chat podcast are here talking all things motherhood right now on Maggie and the Moms.
It's time for Maggie and the Moms. Sponsored by Tampa General Hospital.
When it comes to the stuff that we go through as moms, the good, the bad, and the ugly, no one understands it quite like fellow moms. It's why we blow up each other's phones constantly with funny memes and recipes and this and that. The Mom Group Chat is a great tool for connecting with other moms. And now 2 moms have had a brilliant idea to make the Mom Group Chat podcast. I love it, inspired by those mom group chats. And we're so happy to welcome them here today to our studio, not in pajamas today, although I love that cover art. It is gorgeous. We welcome Candace Donnelly and Whitney Williams. Ladies, hi, you're on another podcast and we love having you here.
I feel at home.
I know.
This is where we are our best.
It's so fun. Thank you so much for having us.
This is the Maggie and the Moms podcast. So Deanna Moore and I are always here. Both of us moms. We each have 2 children. You each have 2 children.
Mom of 2 club.
Yeah.
The 2 club. So I want to know, because it's such a good idea to say the same kind of stuff that we talk about on these group chats, which we all do, we're going to turn into a podcast. How did you have the idea and how do you do that?
So really, it was just that we realized that these conversations we were having inside of our group chat, which started in pregnancy, really, like the second we found out we were pregnant, which, by the way, I don't know if we should take it back even further, but
please do.
We had a pregnancy pact. So we got married, and then we were like, all right, we're going to do this together.
Oh my gosh, this is out of a movie.
I mean,
like,
it was
see this,
like
read
a
this in
rom-com.
novels, see this in movies.
We did this at Candace's wedding.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm going to start trying next week. And then I was the first.
Yeah.
What was in the pregnancy pact exactly?
It was just that we're all going to do this together.
Yeah, we're on the same.
together.
We're like, are we on the same page here?
Yeah.
Yes, we had all just turned 30, or you're about to turn 30. I had just turned 30, and I was like, I think I'm ready. I think you guys were definitely.
I was ready. I just needed to get married. And
Yes. I mean, one minor detail, but you solved it.
Yeah. Baby daddy needed.
Yeah. That's so
it
funny.
started then.
Yeah.
And so then when you're both pregnant.
Yeah.
Well, I just felt like, pregnancy is hard. At least it was for me. I was so sick, and I was having these conversations inside of our group chat, and I felt like it was the only place that I was really being like seen and heard and like taken seriously. And that continued all through birth and like our having young babies. And I do some work inside, with other businesses and starting podcasts. So I do have a little bit of that background, and I was also looking for a mom podcast that kind of checked all the boxes. I wanted it to be funny. I wanted it to be real and like feel seen as I was listening to it. And I couldn't quite find what I needed. And so I took it to Whitney, and I was like, we need to start one.
Exactly. We found what I call like the loophole. There's a lot of mom podcasts, and we actually started this while we were about to have our second. So that's where a lot of the questions came up.
Did you have both of your kids around the same time?
Our first are about 6 months apart, and then same with our second.
Yeah.
Pregnancy pact is real.
It
worked.
Yeah. So I think just with all those questions coming up and us navigating our first kid together, like, is this normal? Is this how it's supposed to be? Am I supposed to feel this way? Like motherhood's talked up so much. You have to be joyful. You have to embrace every moment. And we were like, a lot of these moments are hard. Is that okay to feel that way?
Yes.
So we were like, I wonder if anyone else feels that way too.
Yeah.
And, Candace being the entrepreneur she was like, I think we could do this. And I'm like, look, I'm just the talent. I'll come if you want me.
It's a great idea. You're the talent, and you bring the most important prerequisite, being a mom.
Right.
And going through all the things. I mean, I love it because the group chat, it really is such a wonderful way to connect with other moms. When you don't have time for a phone call or a face-to-face visit, you know that you can just send a quick photo of your kid doing X. You can just send a recipe, a meme, and it's that moment of instant connection, right?
Yeah.
You can send a picture of a mysterious rash that your child has developed on his leg
Exactly.
and say, what is this? Did your kid have this? Have you ever seen this?
Yep.
And so to have all of that same concept in a podcast, I think is a very, very good idea. And I applaud you.
Thank you so much.
And we kind of like try to aim for the same goal here on Maggie and the Moms. Our motto has been to celebrate but never sugarcoat parenting because it's not easy and it's not all pretty. So how deep do you go in your podcast? Because that's a question that I often have. I have so many stories and I'm like, is that too much to share? Do I filter it? Is there any filter on your podcast?
Oh my gosh, we're open books.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's very little filtering, I would say. I have family members that listen and they text me and they're like, that was kind of crazy. For you to talk about.
I mean, our husbands come up in the conversation a lot. So I'm always thinking, and my husband listens, which thank you, Christopher, for listening.
Yes, Christopher.
But
he's listening to this too, I hope.
Yeah,
yes,
he will.
For sure. So you kind of have to tiptoe like, am I going to hurt his feelings for talking about the way I actually feel? But then it honestly opens up the conversation for us to have, and we work through issues of being parents just because I'm being open and honest with my best friend and he happens to be the fly on the wall.
Yeah.
So it helps.
Yeah. But I think a core of our show is to always never sugarcoat. Like, we are telling it like it is, because that's kind of the difference between the group chat and like what you see on social media, right? A lot of Instagram and Pinterest and TikTok and all the things, you're getting like the curated version of motherhood, and all of the real combos and the real questions and the real hard times, they go down in the group chat. So that's the core of our show, is keeping it real and making sure that we're having all of those conversations and talking about the things that like a lot of people don't like to talk about.
Yes.
So,
well, that's a perfect segue. Like what?
Gosh, I mean, we've talked about intimacy and marriage with kids. We've talked about body image.
Grief.
Yeah.
All kinds of things. I mean, nothing's off the table. I mean, we've talked about how your relationship is with even alcohol before having kids. Us meeting in college, that was a relationship that we had, was going out and whatever. So, and then coming to being a parent and having your life flipped upside down. You were living in the city, now you're in the burbs. I mean, we've been through everything together and your life gets flipped upside down, and then you're blessed with like the most amazing gift you could ever have. I mean, we have emotional conversations, we cry and we laugh through it. And I mean, literally nothing's off the table.
I was going to ask, is there anything that you would say, I'm not going there?
Not yet.
I don't know.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll ask ChatGPT, like, what haven't we talked about? And it's like nothing comes up.
That's so funny. I think our rule of thumb here is, at least my personal one, is just I'm never going to say anything that's going to embarrass my children.
Yes.
Right. And if there's something that I think I want to talk about, but maybe, and yours are so little right now.
Yeah,
it's kind of
hard.
different. I have a 15-year-old and a 20-year-old. But like, if I want to tell a particular story, I'll be like, hey, I'm thinking about talking about the time this happened. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
I try
for
to
us,
omit
right?
names. You know, like I don't want, like I'll say my one kid
right.
does.
But see, when I do that, and when you do that, everybody knows who you're talking about.
Right?
Same with mine. Because you're like, oh, that's an Autumn
you
thing.
do.
That's a Nina thing. That's a Mikey thing. That's a Den. It's pretty obvious, at least to those of us who who know each other well, but not to the listeners and the viewers necessarily.
I want to go back to the being real thing, because we went down a rabbit hole, Maggie and I. There's a woman who's a journalist, and she's sort of exposing all the moms on social media who have their 6 days after birth, and they're posting and they're beautiful and their tummies are flat. And it's like, what do you think about that look and aesthetic on social media right now?
It's so hard.
The
comparison game on social media is rough, and we've talked about that before, where we love social media. I mean, that's where we've grown our following. That's where we've made our community. We've met so many friends, but at the same time, you play that comparison game without even wanting to. They just happen to pop up on your feed, and you're like, how could they already be in shape when it took me 2 years to get back to even where I feel comfortable and want to try on clothes and try on different dresses and etc. But it's a game I'm always still
the
tiptoeing
thing
around.
is, it's like not to fall into the trap. Like
Yeah,
immediately
right.
check yourself and say she's probably not.
Yeah.
And if she is, 90% of the people aren't. Like, you know what I mean? And
so
that's
true.
something that we have to do. So we're going to talk specifically about the many things that we have learned from speaking with other moms in our podcast and in our mom life when we come back right after this quick break. Hi. We are back with the co-hosts of the Mom Chat podcast, sharing what we've learned from fellow moms in our group chats and in our conversations. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We are all here, Candace and Whitney and Deanna and I. Okay, so we have the privilege of not only communicating with our mom friends, but meeting so many new moms through our podcasts and through our shows. So I would like to know, and I'll answer the same, what are some of the most meaningful, memorable conversations that you remember, and what was the takeaway for you from them?
Ooh.
I feel like we're going to say the same person.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Okay. You go first.
So we had someone that they say never to meet your heroes, right?
Yeah.
But she's an Instagram influencer, which I hate calling it that term, but that is what she does day to day. Her name's the Nat Note. Her name's Natalie. And so she was on our board.
Like our vision board of who we'd love to
who
talk
we would
to.
love to talk to. And we finally had the opportunity to interview her, and it felt like talking to a very best friend. Like, she was so fun and kind, and she kind of lives like a glamorous life, it seems, but she was so down to earth and lovely. I was just like, it was my favorite conversation we had.
Yeah. She also, I feel like, inspired us to like romanticize our life a little more.
Yeah.
She definitely she goes out of her way to like,
what does that mean?
yeah, I think she goes out of her way to like curate her life in the sense of like, she throws these theme parties and she'll add a theme to anything. Like, she will, if she's having a play date, she'll throw a theme on there and she'll decorate
And make
she
it
like
so fun
Yeah.
and
And
magical.
why not make ordinary life? I love that.
Yeah,
A
so
little
that's
more
kind of what we
special.
learned from that. And it honestly, because it's easy to look at her Instagram and be like, oh, her life is like so beautiful and charmed. But it was kind of nice to hear the behind the scenes of that and be like, oh, she has gone out of her way to like make it feel like that for her
love
kids.
that.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I can start doing little things that like make my kids' life feel more fun. I don't know if you've seen, there's a trend on social media right now about adding whimsy to your days and adding whimsy to your kids' life. And it is as simple as like setting up cute little themed paper plates or something.
Paper chains on the
Yes.
ceilings,
Yeah.
like just making it fun.
Drinking sparkling water out of like little
Truly.
champagne glasses
Yeah,
or something.
totally.
I don't know.
She's
Yeah.
so creative.
true.
We
Yeah.
interviewed her around Easter, and she did a Bad Bunny theme, and she said, "Take it as you will."
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that funny?
So you could come dressed as a bad bunny, or you could come dressed as a
the-
musician.
yes.
Or you
Yeah.
could do,
Bad
like interpret
Bunny.
it however you want.
It was so funny.
I like that idea.
That is
Adding,
funny.
I remember, man, when my kids were little, I was a stay-at-home mom at the time because I retired and then unretired 10 years later. So I had those precious years just being at home with my kids.
Yeah.
And those little things brought me joy in motherhood.
Right.
And I tried to do, like, I remember I used to put jokes in my son's lunchbox. Now he would, like, obviously, I don't pack a lunchbox in high school, but like even like by fourth grade, he's like, yeah, no more.
Oh my gosh!
I bet though he's gonna think back on that when he's much older, has his own kids, and be like,
Oh,
that
he'll
was
definitely
so special.
Well,
you
he'll
know?
do it, and he'll be like, "My mom did this."
Yeah.
He has the photographs and hopefully the memories. But what I love is that your kids have the podcast,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you called it. What did you call it? An audio scrapbook.
Yeah, it's almost like a little audio scrapbook. They're
It's
gonna
so- it's
have
such
all
a
these
great
stories that we
thing.
told about them, and it's a special thing for them to be able to
It's a
go back.
gift.
Yeah,
It really
totally.
is. So for me, when I have all these conversations, I like to always just make sure that there's a takeaway, and luckily there always has been.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime we learn something new, make you think about something in a way that you hadn't.
Yeah.
The most common theme in all the Maggie and the moms that we've ever done is that it makes you realize, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one. I'm
Right.
not the only one who thinks this, who feels this, who has this issue, who worries about this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I learned that I feel like I'm the most impatient mother in the world, but like having conversation after conversation with people sitting in these chairs and with Maggie, I'm not. Everybody has a
Yes.
moment where we snap.
Right.
Where you're
Yes.
just, I'm done. I'm
Yes.
done.
Yep.
Kid out of my face.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, it has made me appreciate motherhood so much more. The gift that it is. It has made me appreciate my marriage,
Right.
and talk through some of the issues that come with marriage after children,
Right.
and just health. Like
Yeah.
the toughest. I don't know if you guys have tackled, but the toughest conversations, but also the most meaningful, have been like, when I've talked about the many miscarriages that I've had, when a mom has come in and who has cancer and has to explain to her kids what that means when mom gets sick. Do you have moments like that on the podcast that have really like dug in deep into some serious
We're gonna cry.
I know. So
conversations?
yeah, we haven't mentioned this, on our segment earlier or now, but we actually started this show with a third host, our best friend Shannon, who was also from Tampa, and she passed away suddenly in November of 2023. And we were 50 episodes into this show with her, and I was pregnant with my second. We were 6 weeks apart in pregnancy.
Yep.
It was a very tough time.
sorry, yeah.
And so, we've had countless conversations about grief and dealing with severe, like, life-altering loss, while also having the juxtaposition of feelings of joy with your kids, right? It's like you're going through this terrible time, and I always say she's the biggest loss of my life, and then to also have my kids who are bringing the greatest joy, it's such a
Simultaneously.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what a beautiful way though to honor her.
Yeah.
With this podcast too.
We after she passed away, we really, we took a little bit of time to figure out how we move forward without her, and if we, if that even felt right for us at the time. And it was so clear to us and her husband and her family that, like, she would want us to continue. We were building something so special, and we have continued to build it. And, her son now has all of these special moments of her talking about her son, TJ. So that is something that is,
It's everything.
It's a gift to him to hear his mom talk about how much she loved motherhood and how much she loved him. And that is priceless. And I love that one day, he's only 3, he'll be 4 in December, but one day he'll be able to listen back to all of that, and it's going to be so
I know
special.
that she's looking down on us, smiling,
Yeah.
loving your success, loving that you're carrying this on.
Yeah.
And God bless her family. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back here on Maggie and the Moms. Thank you for sharing. We want to thank Candace and Whitney so much for sharing so openly here on our podcast, just as they do on their podcast. We always like to end with something fun. So I saw this on social media. It's so true. There's like so many mom types in the group chats. And this one defined each one. I'd like to read them to you and ask you, which one are you? And if it's not on here, tell me which one you are, which one you would add to the list. Are you the organizer? That's the head of the PTA, the one who keeps everyone informed about events and deadlines. Are you the clueless mom, the one who doesn't know what's going on? She relies on that information on the group chat to know what's happening. The questioner, the one constantly asking for help with tasks like finding missing uniforms or coordinating events. The friend seeker, she's just on there to connect with other moms. The drama starter stirs up conflict or gossip in the group chat.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Luckily, there's no drama starters over here.
Yes, we don't like those.
I feel like I'm a little bit of a mix. I don't know if I'm allowed to be a mix, but
You're
I'm
allowed to be anything you want.
okay. I am definitely a mix of the organizer and
I can see that, and I just met you.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the friend,
We love it.
the friend maker. I'm very outgoing. I love connecting with people, and I love making new friends. So that is definitely like a core. But I'm definitely the person who like is organizing the play dates and the get-togethers. I mean, I would say, I hope I'm not overstepping here, but I'm definitely the organizer of the podcast.
She won't let me touch the editing.
It's great.
I've tried.
It's great if you're different types,
Yeah.
because then you probably complement each
we
other so
do.
well. What are you in the mom group chat?
I'm a mix as well. I would say the friend seeker, and I hate that it says clueless because I'm an educated woman, but
you take offense to the title.
But I'd say I'm definitely the go with the flow type B friend, and that's why we do work so well together.
It's so obvious the type A, type B. It's
really
so obvious.
It really, do you think you and I are pretty much the same in some ways? Yes,
because we're both type A.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
For
So
sure.
which one are you on the list?
I have a new category.
Yeah. I have a new category
I'm
too. Go ahead.
obviously the organizer, but I don't do that much organizing in terms of the mom chat. I'm the voyeur.
So am I. Well, that's what I was gonna. That's weird. That's exactly what I was gonna say. The
Yes,
one who
I
reads
will-
everything but
yeah.
doesn't respond and just kind of.
Yes.
Okay.
That is
I know
me.
a couple of those.
But it also
so
depends on the
funny.
chat. So like
Yeah.
I have my friends, my girl's friend's mom chat, right? So that's like, oh, we're gonna plan all these things.
Yeah,
That's me.
I
I'm
guess
planning.
I should have specified. I'm talking about like the
Exactly.
school, like the moms in the grade.
Voyeur.
Me too. I sometimes they go off tangent so much.
I know.
that I'm like.
I know.
Exit.
So
I'm out.
that's another good thing to talk about. Like
Yeah.
there should be a designated chat just for this. I just want to know if it's an out of uniform day.
Yeah.
Or if or period.
I'm
Like,
also
don't-
the judgy one
know?
too. Like I got, I'm putting myself on blast and the people on blast. There's a Girl Scout group chat and it has like 30 moms on it.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have a singular question, go to a singular
Yes, that's-
person.
it's-
But don't be like, should I pick up the nets today?
Oh
And then,
my gosh,
Oh, what
yes.
about at 3
Crying.
p.m.?
Yes.
Okay, but maybe tomorrow. I don't get
Yes,
I know.
I agree with that. I will defend because I've been the one who asks, does anybody know where we can get the information about the retreat?
Yeah.
So you are that.
I have been in the past.
It really
when I
depends.
had another job that was very, very, very demanding. My poor kid was always the one who showed up on an out of uniform day in uniform or had to bring stuff for the bake sale, but didn't because mom didn't see. And this was before group chats. Like,
Yeah.
So nowadays, I feel like we're so lucky.
I was going to say, I do
have
kind of
them.
like the exchange of information. Like, I'm not mad when someone asks a question like, oh, is it an out of uniform day or whatever? Because then I'm like, okay, it confirms
Yes.
whatever because maybe I didn't
Yes.
know too, you know?
Yes.
The more information, the better.
All right, now I'd like to just throw out a couple of questions, typical questions, putting everybody on the spot here, including myself. Stuff that you've said or asked on a group chat. I'll start. What are you wearing to the thing?
I mean, I asked this question this week. I'm like, today is the Thanksgiving feast. Am I supposed to pack a lunch or, do I have to pack a snack today?
Maybe not so much a question, but I cannot believe that I have monster trucks on my television right now and I'm watching this.
Yeah.
I don't. It'll be like a thumbs up. That's
You're the one that I question if she likes me.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
She hates me. She
Story
didn't
of
reply.
my
Candace will side text you and say, do you love me?
Yeah. I'm a words of affirmation girl, so
it's like
You would not be
resting.
okay with no response. You'd be like, I need to know. Did you get it? How do you feel about it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's me for sure.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I had kind of written down here. Oh yeah, some other things. Who's your pediatrician? Where do you go to do your nails?
Oh, I have one.
Like those are things.
Complaining about your husband. Oh, yeah. That's I mean, maybe not in the school chat.
No,
but
no,
in
no.
like
With a close
right,
girlfriend.
like close group of girlfriends
Yes.
chat, there's definitely husband complaints. Can you believe they came home from a trip and slept through the whole dinner and bedtime? That happened to me recently.
Number one thing that we exchange, recipes.
Oh, yeah.
She and I are like food porn galore. Sorry
So
for the
funny.
P word. It's
appropriate.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah,
all
absolutely.
day long.
Yeah, it's helpful right now during Christmas time too to exchange of like, what are you getting your kids for Christmas? Because
Oh
they're
my
all
gosh,
the same age.
That
Yeah.
is so
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 true.
so important.
That's helpful.
And also, my son. Well, okay, I'm not supposed to name names, and I just did. Like sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, so what? What's the plan for tomorrow?" Because now at this age, 15, you're not allowed to plan obviously any
right.
play dates or. So what's the plan for tomorrow? I don't know. So that's where I secretly behind his back go to the
Smart.
friends' moms and be like, what are they doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
What is this event all about?
Right.
Mikey doesn't know anything that's going on. So mom group chats are there from the time even before you're pregnant, while you're pregnant, until they're in college.
beyond.
And that's the beauty of mom friends and mom group chats. I love your podcast.
Thank you so much.
I loved meeting you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us. It's been so fun.
So lovely.
And thank you all for watching and listening to Maggie and the Moms. Until next time, ciao.